There are several reasons that explain why ISIS has been able to survive. First, ISIS has mastered the art of cruelty, intimidation, and brutality. By spreading fear, terror, ISIS was capable of terrifying any military force, especially the Iraqis, array against it along with the communities that fall under its domain, ensuring total subordination of the population to its whims. And the second reason I should say is that ISIS is extraordinarily skilled in its appeal to the despondent, despairing, and disillusioned youth Muslims from around the world who feel the need to identify with any entity that could restore their dignity and pride. They are willing to die for a noble cause rather than live under despotism and despair in their own countries and being discriminated against in Western countries. So, third, I should say that ISIS has demonstrated an uncanny ability to use social media to spread its ideology, to recruit volunteers, not only to realize its ambition to establish an Islamic state, but to cleanse the religion of perceived corrupt Muslims, be they Sunni or Shiite, and restore the glory of the Calipha's reign in its puritanical form. Finally, unlike any other terrorist organization, ISIS established itself in the territories under its control, both in Iraq and Syria, with all the qualities of a functioning state with healthcare, schools, and various other governing institutions. So, this actually made it possible for the people to live in a relatively normal life, especially in Sunni communities whose hatred actually of ISIS is surpassed only by their disdain of the Shiite government in Baghdad and the Alawites in Damascus. So the Islamic State has survived and may endure for some time to come, which cannot, however, be quantified, as it depends on the composition, strength, strategy, and determination of the forces allied against it. ISIS has survived thus far precisely because of the absence of these requirements, including the lack of formidable ground troops to combat it, and of a reliance on air attacks which are not as effective in a largely guerrilla warfare, the concern over collateral damage, deficiency in coordinations between the allied forces, and finally, the pursuit of different political agenda of some of the countries that are fighting ISIS, especially Russia and Iran. So I believe that ISIS would eventually be defeated, provided that the United States and its allies assemble a powerful ground contingent in the tens of thousands, led mainly by the United States. That said, I believe that ISIS ideology will survive as long as most of the Arab states fail to undertake significant socio-economic measures to improve the lot of young Muslims and give them hope for the future. Moreover, so long as the Muslims, especially the young, living in the West, do not integrate by design or circumstance within their respective communities, one can count on groups such as ISIS or Al-Qaeda to encourage and support acts of terrorism as a means by which to spread fear and, in some cases, destabilize the countries in which they have a stronger presence.